Hello, welcome to this opinion piece, essentially. I did one of these last year when I talked about what I thought about the releases the different gaming consoles have had during the year that have some type of exclusivity or something like that. Games that have some type of exclusive content or just is an exclusive game. Well, true exclusive, which is only for that console exclusive, PC, etc. Timed exclusives and so on. I will just cover the noticeable releases that I know about. If I missed any, I'm sorry for that, but it isn't that big for me. I will talk about those that I know about and maybe I played. It depends. We will start with PlayStation 4, move on to Xbox One later on or next time, and finally Wii U. So today we're going to look at PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 have had a big year. There is a lot of games essentially, and well, they had a lot of third-party support essentially, especially from Japan, which is a good thing in my opinion. But anyway, let's start this with January. The only game that I know about that was released that time, I think it was The Witness, which was a timed exclusive, timed console exclusive. It's released. I didn't really care for it. I don't really care for it now either. But it was later released, I think it was in August or September for Xbox One, so it is multi-platform now, essentially. But I didn't really care for it then, and I don't really now, so yeah. Moving on to February, it was a bit more releases. We had Firewatch first, which is also timed exclusive, timed console exclusive. It have now been released on Xbox One. I haven't played it, but they are soon releasing or limited run games. I'm going to read it physically, so I will probably buy it via them. Hopefully I will get one copy in a way, because I really want physical games. That is one of the biggest things for me that I want to have in my hand. But I haven't played it yet. I'm interested in it, but thought it was a little bit pricey for just, well, a digital game. But if you have a physical copy that is limited, it's worth the money, essentially. Next one, Gravity Rush Remastered. Really liked it. It was originally released on PlayStation Vita, so it was a handheld game, but was later released on PlayStation 4 as a remastered version. So it was fun, it was interesting. I'm really looking forward to Gravity Rush 2. So yeah. Then we have Street Fighter 5. It was a polished beta essentially. It wasn't a full game. I was a little bit interested in it at first, but I wanted to hear about the reviews and what was in it, because I'm one of those that want single player first and multiplayer second. And it didn't have that much. It didn't have nearly anything for single player, so I skipped it. So yeah, it was a little bit of a mess because I released everything later on instead of a full package at the beginning. So a controversy there, but I didn't care for the gaming after all. Next that I know about is MLB The Show 16, I think. Yearly sports game. Don't really care about it. Oh yeah, what is it called? The Quantic Dream collection, which essentially is Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain, was released physically in March. Heavy Rain, I think, was remastered, but officially released in March. I like both of them. I bought the retail copy. It was fun. More fun than the sports game because it wasn't released here in Europe. So I couldn't even buy it if I even wanted. Yeah, I can import it, but expensive. April Ratchet and Clank, the reimagination or whatever, remake or. It was amazing, loved it. It's one of my favorite franchises, but I haven't played it in a while because I didn't buy any of the PlayStation 3 games, but I loved it. Really want a sequel. Yeah. I'll look in there because I have many of the games essentially there. Next is Uncharted 4. Amazing game, I think. Worth the wait. It was released in May. Really worth the wait. Recommend it a lot. Yeah. Let's see. June didn't have anything. July had Star Ocean 5. Integrity and Faithlessness. I played it, I had the game. It was interesting to say the least. It was an okay game. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. I kinda liked it. I couldn't put it away because I just kept playing through the storyline. It was interesting and kind of fun. Not the best game ever, but could have been a lot better, but yeah. Of course, you had to grind a lot, and it felt like kind of like an MMO for me. I played RPGs before, but this time because you had such a big group of characters with you, it felt more like an MMO for me, so it was kind of fun. Yeah. Let's see, August. I think it was 2 releases. The Mess, that was No Man's Sky. I wasn't interested in it from the beginning, but it was released, console exclusive. It has been released on PC as well, but many hyped it up as one of the best games ever. When it was released, it was another survival type game, and those usually are boring in my opinion. People expected a lot more because of the price point, but I just felt it will probably be just a mess, essentially. But yeah, it looks interesting because it is randomly generated, they say at least. I don't know if that is completely true, but kind of interesting, but it needs to be a lot cheaper. A lot. Next one is the King of Fighters 14. Looks really interesting. Haven't bought it because fighting games I'm not 100% interested in, so we probably never buy it, so yeah. Sadly, the many big releases have been delayed for 2017, so September was empty and November was empty, but in October we had 2 big Square Enix games. The first were Dragon Quest Builders, an amazing fun game which takes a lot of likenesses from different building games, mainly I think from Minecraft, and put some RPG in it, some questing and storyline. It was fun. I really loved that game. Then we had World of Final Fantasy, which it looks interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy it anyway. Then of course, PlayStation release, or Sony's released PlayStation VR. When it is cheaper, maybe. It's too expensive for me. It's more expensive than the original consoles. And I didn't want to buy it because of that. It had many interesting games. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood was one of them. Really fun. Rigs, I wanted it to be a regular game, but it is only VR. Sadly, I hope VR. is the Batman VR, Battlezone, which I think is a time exclusive or something like that. I don't really know how many more. There are 5 games that I know about, but they look at least interesting. If it gets a lot cheaper, I will buy it, but not now. November had some VR releases, but not many big regular games, as I said, that we can play with our VR headset. Eagle Flight, I think, was one of them, which seems to be exclusive to PlayStation VR, but I don't know about it. Robinson, The Journey, that actually looks like a fun, interesting VR game, and that is one of that I really wanted to buy if I bought a VR headset or PlayStation VR. So yeah. Of course, they also released PlayStation Pro, but 4K, they look fucking cash. And now December, we have one release left. It is The Last Guardian, which I have pre-ordered. Really looks fun. Really looking forward to it. But that was PlayStation 4 for me that I know about. A lot of interesting games, I think. I missed a lot of Japanese games because there are a lot of them. A lot of them look really interesting, but I really never bought them because I don't know, I don't really thought I would actually play them, but there's a lot of games. I think Sony had a great year when it comes to PlayStation 4. Released 2 new hardwares, 3 if you count the Slim. A lot of interesting games, especially in 34, Ratchet and Clank. Amazing games. And yeah, hopefully next year we'll have a little bit more big exclusives, because we had some this year, but we needed more, I think. So yeah. Hopefully 2017 will have much more exclusives and more fun games. That was all for today, folks. Hope to see you next time for Xbox One.